This broadcast is brought to you by Scenic Productions LLC and fueled by the following.
Flicka's Tax Service. With tax season just around the corner, visit Flicka's Tax Service in Taylorsville, Mississippi, providing expert knowledge on all returns from 1040EZs to corporations as well as payroll. Flicka's Tax Service. Call 601-785-6900. Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
Having AC issues? Does your vehicle no longer drive like new? Head on over to Keys Automotive in Laurel. Keys Automotive specializes in repairing foreign and domestic vehicles. Keys Automotive, located at 623 Arco Lane in Laurel, or call Charles Keys at 601-649-0517. Well, hello, Tiger fans. Thank you for logging on to this Week 8 episode of NEJ Tiger Talk, brought to you by Scenic Productions LLC and powered by Keys Automotive Services and Southeastern Baptist College in Laurel, as well as Flicka's Tax Service in Taylorsville. I'm the voice of the Northeast Jones Tigers, Kensley Keys, broadcasting live from Walker's Dairy Bar. And joining me on the cast is Coach Robinson, and alongside him is the Scenic Productions LLC Week 8 Player of the Week, junior guard Davian Jefferson. So how's it going, Coach?
Pretty good. Stuffed and full as always.
I hear you. Davian, well, welcome back. How you been?
I've been good. How about you?
Doing pretty good myself. Well, Coach, I know it's been a busy week for Week 8. The Tigers faced two division opponents, traveling to Richland to take on the Rangers and hosting the Mendenhall Tigers. So let's start off with the good, the bad, and the ugly for the game against the Rangers.
Well, just as our first game against Richland, the bad was we gave them about a 20-point lead. The good is that we fought back just like we have all year. Made it a close game at the end. Then they knocked down their free throws down the stretch and kind of put us away late. But I think we had some consistent guard play. I thought we attacked them, forced them, got some easy baskets by forcing turnovers. Just that hard, tough fight that we always have and scrappy defense.
All right, now let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly against the Mendenhall Tigers.
Well, just flip the script. We're the ones that jumped off to about, I think it was a 17-point lead. They came out in the third quarter and, fought back just as any tough team does. They cut it within 3, I believe, and then we stretched it back out. So that was something that we had to learn from a loss earlier in the years, was stretching the league, and I thought we did that. And right now I'm feeling pretty confident about our team heading into the last week in the district tournament.
I hear you, Coach, and I got to admit, that was quite an intense game against the Tigers, and I must admit it's the first game that I really ever see. I was kind of worried about you in the game. You got kind of red in the face. I said, you look like you're going to kind of blow your top, but it gets like that when it's an intense ball game. But it was a really good competitive ball game, and the Tigers, your team was able to pull out the victory. Well, the Tigers, they had some close games this week, but I think we can both agree that the home matchup against Mendenhall was the most intense, and the Tigers dominated the first half. Then Mendenhall gained some confidence during the second half, coming within 3 points from leading. Talk about what you think the issue was with your team, allowing the opposition to make it such a close game.
Well, they got really aggressive. They were down, and they started driving the ball to the goal, and I thought our defense, our help side defense, became a little lackluster. And then I think we were taking some quick shots on offense, which is what they want to do when you're in a comeback situation. We kind of fed into that as well in that third quarter.
All right. Well, tomorrow the Tigers face another division opponent when they host the Equipment Panthers. So after, reviewing the game film, talk about what you expect to see from this team.
Well, we just kind of have to fight over a little mental hurdle against Quitman. I think it's been a while since Northeast has beaten Quitman, but usually against opponents we have a quickness advantage because most teams are bigger than us. But Quitman's, they're kind of longer than us and just as quick as us. So we've got to pick our situations when we have advantage to push against their press, and understand that sometimes when we don't, that's what they want us to do is go take a quick shot. But we just got to learn to control the tempo against them. They want to play fast. They want to play about 12, 15 guys. They want to try to wear you out. So we got to pick our spots. Davian played the whole game against Mendenhall. It's probably going to be difficult to do that against Quitman. He's going to need a breather because they play so up and down and quick with pressure defense. We got to pick our spots, play under control. And if we do play under control, then he can probably play longer. But if it's going back and forth, up and down, it's going to be their depth versus our depth.
I hear you, Coach. Well, I'll say that's some good film analysis right there. It's got to be strategic with certain teams. I definitely understand that. Well, all right, Coach. Well, as always, thank you for your insight. Now we're going to step away to hear from our sponsors, and when we come back, I'll talk with our Player of the Week, guard Davian Jefferson, here on NEJ Tiger Talk. Stay tuned. This broadcast is brought to you by Scenic Productions, LLC, and fueled by the following.
Flicka's Tax Service. With tax season just around the corner, visit Flicka's Tax Service in Taylorsville, Mississippi, providing expert knowledge on all returns from 1040 EZs to corporations as well as payroll. Flicka's Tax Service. Call 601-785-6900. Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
Having AC issues? Does your vehicle no longer drive like new? Head on over to Keys Automotive in Laurel. Keys Automotive specializes in repairing foreign and domestic vehicles. Keys Automotive, located at 623 Arco Lane in Laurel, or call Charles Keys at 601-649-0517. And welcome back to NEJ Tiger Talk, brought to you by Scenic Productions, LLC, and powered by Keys Automotive Services and Southeastern Baptist College in Laurel, and Flicka's Tax Service in Taylorsville. Well, before the break, we heard from Coach Robinson as he talked about the Tigers' Week 8 games. And now we shift our attention to the Scenic Productions LLC Week 8 Player of the Week, junior guard Davian Jefferson. So, Davian, you were also the Scenic Productions LLC Week 3 Player of the Week, so congratulations on earning the recognition again. Davian, you've been on fire this week, lining up the nets and the scoreboard with 15 points against the Rangers and 11 points against Mendenhall. So tell myself and our listeners, what's really gotten into you?
Just playing with a chip on my shoulder. Ever since we lost to Richland by 6, I was trying to go in there and calm the game down once they started speeding up again, and just calm the tempo down, get our players' heads back in the game, show them that the lead wasn't nothing, that it was just a 0-0 ball game, and get them back into the game.
I hear you. Well, you were on the show earlier in the season for the Week 3 broadcast, and here you are again for Week 8. Talk about how you feel you've evolved and developed as a player.
My shooting has gotten a lot better since the beginning of the season, because at the beginning I wasn't shooting so good, and I wasn't driving as much as I was. But now I've taken Coach Smith and Coach Rob's advice on driving the ball, trying to get to the free throw line and score, and they've been helping me get a lot better.
All right, so before we go, so let's have a little fun with scenarios. So since you're so good at both driving the lane and draining the three, so let's just say the game is tied, 30 seconds left, you have the ball. So are you going to drive the lane or take it to the goal or hit the three?
It all depends on what Coach wants us to do. I'm going to look at him and ask him what he wants me to do. If he wants me to drive, I'll drive. But if he wants a quick shot, then I'll shoot it for him.
Okay, hey, that's a good standpoint to go by. As a coach, it's always important to look to the coach, because he's more in tune of the game management and things like that. So you're looking to the coach for direction. You could never go wrong with that. Well, Coach, it's been some time since your last scouting report of Davian, so let's get your take on how you feel he's involved and improved as a player.
Well, to answer his question a little better, Dan, if it's a hard closeout, you got to go by him. If you got room, knock it down. But certainly in a situation, if it's a tie game, you want the last shot to not give them an opportunity. But, if you're down, you got to know what you got to just been vocal, stepping up. Just in case, to point out, the Mendenhall game, McKenzie got 2 quick fouls, and Davian had to step up and take over. That lead guard role. He just stepped up, put us on his back. He played all 32 minutes. And like I said earlier, it's going to be hard to play 32 minutes against Quitman's team, but and just as he said, just becoming a consistent shooter early in the season. I'd say the scouting report was a streaky. He's been consistent, and a lot of that has to do with shot selection. You know, when you take good shots, you usually make them.
Okay, you're definitely right about that, Coach. And so when you were talking about, against Mendenhall, he played a majority of the game. I was noticing that too. Like, man, is he ever gonna get a break? And Davian, hats off to you, because you never really show signs of wearing down, and that's really commendable, for any players. I know everybody gets tired, especially when the game tempo increases, and adrenaline's rushing. Eventually that takes a toll on you, but you're just always out there, and you never really show signs of wearing down. So that's very, very commendable of you. Well, all right, that's going to wrap up this week's episode of NEJ Tiger Talk. Before we go, as always, thank you to Walker's Dairy Bar for welcoming our broadcast and for the delicious lunch. And thank you to Keys Automotive Services, Southeastern Baptist College, and Flicka's Tax Service for supporting our broadcast. And thank you to you, our listeners. And I'm the voice of the Northeast Jones Tigers, Kensley Keys, signing off, and God bless. This broadcast is brought to you by Scenic Productions, LLC, and fueled by the following.
Flicka's Tax Service. With tax season just around the corner, visit Flicka's Tax Service in Taylorsville, Mississippi, providing expert knowledge on all returns from 1040EZs to corporations as well as payroll. Flicka's Tax Service. Call 601-785-6900. Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
Having AC issues? Does your vehicle no longer drive like new? Head on over to Keys Automotive in Laurel. Keys Automotive specializes in repairing foreign and domestic vehicles. Keys Automotive, located at 623 Arco Lane in Laurel, or call Charles Keys at 601-649-0517.